Now this is very nostalgic for me. I put on my Instagram a few days ago, you know, ask me a few questions and I will do an updated Q&A video, which obviously if you have been watching from the very beginning, that was my first ever video and I filmed that video in the back of this car. So obviously we're going back to my roots. I say back to the roots, it was literally, what, like 8 months ago, but we're going back to the original start of the channel, sitting in the back of this car answering questions. Now some people are probably going to be like, oh, you're rinsing content, blah 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 blah. It's winter. It's impossible to film in winter. Well, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. It's difficult to film, you know, it's raining all the time, it's cold all the time. I hate the cold. I hate winter so much and I hate the cold. Obviously in summer I was in my swing, I was in my prime. Winter, it's a no from me. I don't like it. The good thing is the windows are tinted, so there are people walking past, but they can't see me. So, first question is, where do you see yourself in 2 years? Well, the thing is for me, I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who's like, by this time I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that. I just go with the flow and kind of just wing it. I think this past year I've set a lot of things in stone for myself in where I want to be and what I want to actually do. Yes. Technical difficulties. In 2 years I want to see myself with, you know, Strictly Swede is doing bits, but I want to see that, you know, like actually providing me with a really stable income. Obviously the money that I make off Strictly Swede now, I don't actually use for myself. I use that obviously as reinvestment money. I don't use any of the money from that for myself. I would like to be working part-time at Centre Parks and doing more with YouTube, with Strictly Swede, and I would also love to have my own unit. And with the own unit I would like to be doing like wrapping, little bits of wrapping jobs for people, you know, like sun strips and things, tinting jobs and this, that and the other, and just little things like that. That is what I would love to do, and I would just love to have my own little HQ where I can film videos, provide content, a little Strictly Swede HQ where I can post everyone's orders from, have my own little shop there that you guys can come down to and just, you know, come pick up your orders instead of me posting. That is the dream. And the next question is, does anything go wrong in a Volvo? The answer to that question is yes. To be fair, my Vivian, you can see her there poking in the background, she's not caused me many problems, and the only problem she has caused me is modifications that I've done to her. The 940, this car, she has provided me with a fair few headaches in her brief ownership so far. Oil leaks everywhere. Yeah, things can go wrong in a Volvo, but old Volvos never die. Unless you buy one of them shit Peugeot 1.6 diesels, they die all the time. Oh, this is a good question. So it's, you're given £5,000 for any car, what would you buy? Now, a lot of the time it's like, oh, you were given £100,000 for a car that you could buy, what would you buy? But this is £5,000, which is actually like a normal budget for most people when buying a car. If I had £5,000, there are two cars that I would buy. I would buy a built Megane R26. I think they're beautiful cars. Or I would buy an old S80 T6. Now if you don't know what the T6 engine is, it's sick. So it's basically like Volvo's answer to a 2J. Straight 6 twin turbo. Not bad, eh? But I would buy that and I would basically just build it and just piss off all the super owners that my Volvo's just as quick as theirs. What's your least favourite thing about Vera and Viv? My least favourite thing about Viv, the turning circle. And because it just pisses me off every day. Like there are other things like, you know, the fact that it handles a bit like a boat. But the one that pisses me off every single day is the turning circle. It is ridiculous. It's literally like driving an Arctic lorry. The drive that my car's parked on now, if I pulled that out and just pulled onto the road and came down the road, we would have to do like a 3-point turn because the turning circle is that bad. You can't do a 3-point turn in a Volvo unless you're doing a 3-point turn on the M1, put it that way. And Vera, the fuel consumption, I would say, because it's actually a joke. I love driving this car, but I don't love going to the petrol station every 2 minutes. I don't know else what I expected with a 2.3 23-year-old turboed engine, but oh my god. Like you put your foot down and the fuel needle's just like No. Next is, how much did it cost to do your car up, and how much did it add to the insurance? I'll do Viv, because obviously this car, it's nowhere near finished yet, whereas Viv I would say is pretty much done. It didn't actually cost me that much, because a lot of the things that I've had done to it were just painting original parts. I had the wheels, the wing mirror caps, the grille, fog surrounds, and I think altogether I had that done properly. I think that would have probably cost me about 250 quid, probably altogether. I had it done ages ago, so I can't remember off the top of my head. The coilovers I bought second hand, which people are going to be like, what the fuck, but yeah, I bought them second hand. Remap was 200, and that was with a dyno run. I can't really think of anything else I've done to it, because I've not really done that much, to be honest. Like painting the headlights, that was cheap because it was just Halford's paint, and then some like £10 halos off of eBay. Not that much really, like I've not spent that much modifying it at all. So, and in terms of adding to my insurance, so I'm 22, well I just turned 22. I was 21 at the time that I renewed my insurance. I've got 4 years no claims, nothing on my licence or anything like that, and I pay £800, and that's with green light, and that's with everything declared, all the cosmetic modifications and the remap as well. Don't be a dick, always declare your mods. Someone said, I did say as well, like, you know, like any questions, assumptions, opinions on anything, and someone said that I actually hate my C30 and I would want Jap instead. Yes and no. I don't hate my C30. I love that car with all my heart. I'm so emotionally attached to that car, I genuinely don't think I'll ever sell it, which is tragic, I know. I would actually love something Jap. Now, I feel like you see, it's always like Jap or German. I'm like neither, because obviously I have Swedish cars. But if I had to choose between Jap and German, I would 100% go Jap. I would love something Jap, and one of my dream cars is a Chaser. I would kill for a Chaser. I think they're so sick. So yeah, I don't hate my C30, but I would definitely go Jap. Someone's asked, where are you from? I am from a town called Mansfield, which is in the Midlands of the UK. So everyone that says, oh, you're so northern, I'm not northern, I'm from the Midlands. I basically live right smack bang in the middle of Sheffield and Nottingham. So I live right in the middle here. Yeah, it's called Mansfield. Everyone's common as muck, and we all call each other Duck. You right, Ducky? That's what we say. Someone said that I'm too scared to take Vera on a drift day. True. I would love to take Vera on a drift day if I had any faith in Vera to last a drift day. Now, I know for a fact she wouldn't. I did one skid in the fucking Lake District and the oil return pipe bloody shat itself. Yeah. I am too scared to take Vera on a drift day, partly because I don't have any faith in the car, and partly because I don't have any faith in myself. I know that I am not qualified for no drift days just yet. I can do a donut, but you know, I need to brush up on my skills a little bit first. I would love to go to like some novice drift days and, you know, like actually have some lessons of people who know what they're doing, so that I can, you know, like actually improve a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm half bad, but I wouldn't say I'm good enough for a drift day. That's for sure. Me and Vera have got a lot of work to do before one of them. But someone has asked, what got you into cars? Now, I can't actually answer this question because there isn't anything that got me into cars. I just popped out the womb and was obsessed with them. That's as much as I can say. Literally, if you ask any member of my family, all I was bothered about when I was a kid was cars. That's all I cared about. That's all I wanted. Every time we'd go on holiday, I would have to go into a gift shop and get a toy car. I had a big box full of Hot Wheels when I was a kid that I was obsessed with. That was my pride and joy. Glued to Top Gear, I would watch that for hours and hours on end. I was probably like 5 or 6. Any car that went down the street, I could tell you the make of it. I'd be like, oh, Ford, oh, a Peugeot. And my mum would just be like, I can't pinpoint what it was. It's just one of them things that it was just something that I absolutely loved. I used to be into horses. I rode horses since I was a kid. I've only stopped doing it the past couple of years. I probably should have kept with that, but then again, that's not much cheaper either. And then I've got another question which is quite similar, which is what/who got you into Volvos? And I have my dad to blame for that. My dad's always been a Volvo man. He's always been obsessed with him. And I always used to take the piss out of him because I always used to be like, oh, they're old man cars, blah, 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 blah. And I was watching an episode of Top Gear, and then Jeremy Clarkson reviewed the Polestar C30, and I fell in love. Let's just say that. I was like, now that is sick. That is the car that I want to own. Like, that's my dream car, is to own a Rebel Blue C30. And that's why that car means so much to me, because literally ever since I was probably about 12, that has been a dream car to own. Since I started getting into the C30s, that's when the Volvo obsession started. And then since owning the C30, I was like, my next car is going to be an old estate. So, and then obviously that's why I bought this. I think once you start to get to know what Volvos are, like obviously if you don't know what they are, they stereotypically are an old man's car. But once you actually get to know them, I know for a fact most people won't know about that T6 engine. That's literally like a baby Supra, but now you do. So this is a good question. It's, if you were offered a brand new Volvo of your choice, what one would you choose? I would, in a heartbeat, have an XC90. Oh my god, those things are beautiful. It's like big, massive 4x4s. I can drive around in it, just look down at people like, do you know what I mean? I would love one of them. This is a good one. Are your neighbours not pissed off with all them scrappers piling up on the street? Yes, they are. I'll be outside and I'll be like doing something on the car, and then someone will walk past and be like, another one? And I'll be like, yeah. Now, this is the question that I mentioned earlier. So it's, what other brand of car manufacturer would you potentially swap over after the Volvo? And that is Renault. I would 100% go to Renault. So I would love a Megane, like the R26 Megane, or the RS Megane, like the newer one. I would love one of those. I think they're beautiful. Like, I've heard they're a bit of a nightmare to work on, but I'd just buy a built one. I'd be that bitch that's like bought not built. I would love a Clio. Like, I would love like a 182 Clio, because I think they're pretty cool as well. Sick. And liquid yellow is one of my, well, I say one of, it is my favourite factory colour to come on any car at the factory. Liquid yellow, it's beautiful. Would you ever sell the C30, or is it a keeper? Now, I can't answer this question, obviously, because I don't know. There might be a time where I have to sell it, I don't know. But I don't have any intention to sell it. I love that car with all my heart. Like, that car I've worked my arse off to own and keep it. Like, there were so many times where realistically I should have sold the car because I was working shit hours on a shit job and I was struggling a lot with money, because that car, I bought it with a bank loan when I was 19, this, that and the other. It was costing me a lot. Yeah, I would do everything I can to keep that car, because it literally does mean the world to me. And the thought of seeing somebody else drive it away and post photos of it on Instagram literally makes my stomach turn. So she's a keeper. Good question. It's what's coming up for Strictly Swede in 2021. Now, if you've been watching Strictly, well, you've been keeping an eye on Strictly Swede, you'll see that we've done like a big Christmas drop, where we have dropped calendars, sun strips, loot boxes and new stickers. Thank you to everyone who has, you know, supported Strictly Swede over the past year. It's like one of the sickest things I've ever done. Like, one of my proudest achievements is Strictly Swede. But we do have lots of things coming up for 2021. Now, last year I actually did want to have our own meet. Unfortunately that couldn't go ahead with obviously everything that's happened this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if things like that can happen, will happen in 2021. The main reason Strictly Swede was started was to have club stands at shows. We were hoping to have club stands there. That was the whole reason I started it. So that is one thing that we hope is going to go ahead in 2021, because I miss shows so much. Now, I get asked this a lot, which is roughly how much does it cost you a month to run both cars? My C30, obviously I mentioned it earlier, I do pay on a bank loan. So she cost me 200, this is quite personal, isn't it? But it's okay, we're all friends here. So she cost me £260 a month for that bank loan, which people are going to be like, what? And I know it's ridiculous, but it's because I bought it when I was 19 and it was a lot of money, and obviously it was just a ridiculously high interest rate. So £260, and then I think my insurance is about £80 a month, and then tax is like £15. And then Vera, the 940, she cost me £50 a month in insurance, which isn't too bad. Obviously I bought this car outright, so I don't pay anything on that. The tax is about £23 a month. Obviously it's big engine in it, it's big old big old turbo. So all in all, probably cost me just shy of £400 a month. This is what I enjoy doing. You know, I love my cars. I love everything that I do with the cars. Without these cars, I would be miserable. So I don't care how much money they cost me. I don't care. You know, I've got 3 sources of income now. I have work, YouTube, and Swede. So it's not that much of a stress. I'm fine. What car are you thinking of if you sell the C30? I know this, and I've known this for a while. The car that I would sell my C30 for is a Polestar. I would sell my C30 and get a V60 Polestar. Same colour, rebel blue, V60 Polestar estate. You know, the 3 litre V6 one. Oh. And I do already have a name for it. Like, I've legit already thought, because obviously I've got Vera, and then I already know the name for the Polestar when I get it. Someone's asked if I've got a weird obsession. God, I do have a weird obsession. I've just thought, it's not weird, but, well, I don't know if it's weird. Some people might find it weird, but I'm obsessed with, well, recently I'm obsessed with Princess Diana. I don't know what it is, but I'm obsessed. I know, like, she started to become a thing again because of that, The Crown on Netflix. But oh my God, for ages I don't know what it is. I literally sat down the other day. Well, I watched a 2-hour documentary on Netflix about her, and I was literally like at the screen like fixated the whole time. The day after, I was still thinking about it, and I was literally on my phone just scrolling through like articles on Princess Diana all day. Because I'm not a massive fan of the royal family. I know that's a bit like, ooh, you shouldn't say that, but I'm not. I think they're all a bit weird. But Princess Diana, I don't class her as a royal. Honestly, I love her, and it makes me sad what happened to her, because it was definitely set up. My family's been taking a piss out of me for my obsession, because I was going on about it the other day, and my sisters wrote Princess Diana Forever on the back of my C30, and then she wrote Camilla in a love art on there. Do you know the disrespect behind that? Fuck Camilla. It's not fuck Fabian or fuck Stu, it's fuck Camilla. The Queen's not watching this. If you are. Oh, this is a good question, and it's how's Milo? Mr. Milo, he is very good actually. He had his very traumatic summer, which happened over lockdown. It was like June to August was probably the worst 2 months of my life. And that's because Milo fell really, really, really ill. I thought I was going to lose him about 4 times, which literally broke my heart. But he's still here, and he's doing bits. So what happened to him was, he's basically got an autoimmune disease, which is very, very rare. And he had to get referred to Cambridge University Veterinary School, because they're like medicine specialists. They were like the best people that could see to him. So he went there, and he's been backwards and forwards there for about 4 months. He's just been discharged from there actually now. It was literally the worst time of my life. There was so many times where we thought he was going to have to be put down. You know, it costs thousands and thousands of pounds, but he is worth every single penny. And I still, to this day, thank everybody who donated money to get Milo back to where he is, because without that, he wouldn't be here. And that, honestly, it blows my mind. He's been a little shit, if I'm going to be honest. He's so naughty, but he's so funny. He's literally the funniest dog ever. I absolutely love that boy with every inch of my heart, and he's worth every ounce of stress. He has actually got a new outfit for Christmas, which is his Alpha outfit, which I'll put a picture of him there. He looks super handsome, and if you don't follow Milo's Instagram, you've got something wrong with you. If you could only own one car for the rest of your life, what would it be? Viv. I would happily own that car for the rest of my life and not even be mad. Someone's asked, will you do OnlyFans? No! OnlyFans is the devil. But it's not. I mean, people always ask me this, do you do OnlyFans? What's your opinion on OnlyFans? No, I don't do OnlyFans. No, I will never do OnlyFans. And it's just not my thing at all. No disrespect to those that do it. I mean, if it's what you're comfortable with, you know, this, that and the other, then by all means do it. Now, I wish I was comfortable enough to do it, because the amount of money you can make is eye-watering, but it's not for me. It never will be for me. I keep myself to myself in that respect. So, no, it's not for me. If you want to do it, but I don't have an issue with OnlyFans. I think people think that I do have an issue with OnlyFans because I don't do it. I don't have an issue with it. If you want to do it and that's how you want to earn your money, do it, because it's a very good way of earning money. But the thing that I have an issue with is the girls that let the money go to the head, turn into a brat, and think they're entitled because they have X amount of money, you know, just use it to gain clout and things like that. I just think, oh, have a day off. I've had many of an argument with some people that do it like in that way and things that and the other, and I just don't agree with it. If you've got this amount of money, good on you, but we don't need to know about it, do you know what I mean? Spend your money by all means and be proud of what you own and this, that and the other, but don't be a bellend with it. It's as simple as that. Don't be a bellend. I want to bring my wagon on a UK road trip next summer. Any places you've been that you'd recommend? The Lake District. Go to the Lake District. It's so good. It's sick there. Obviously that's in the UK. If you want to go to Scotland, 100% go and do the North Coast 500. I've not done it yet, but I've heard so many good things about it. I want to do it next summer, hopefully in this. But yeah, the Lake District is amazing. Like, some of the views that you get there are incredible. So yeah, definitely go to the Lake District. Now, if I had £1 for every time I asked this question, I would be, oh, here we go. It's another Focus. What a surprise. We've heard it. Your car does pops and bangs. But yeah, if I had £1 for every time I got asked this, honestly, I would be richer than the OnlyFans girls. And it's, sorry if this is a touchy subject, but what happened with you and my ex-boyfriend? And I touched on this on the last one, and it caused up a bit of a stir. But I am mentioning this for the last time, and hopefully that is to lay this to bed, because it's over. It was over and done with so long ago, and I still get people bringing it up all the time. What happened there was I allowed somebody to take advantage of me just being a nice person. I don't care what they say, they will never change. A leopard never changes its spots. I was stupid and naive enough to think that, you know, it couldn't, right? And I let this person bullshit their way through so much stuff. I listened to so many lies. When I look back at myself a year ago, it actually makes me sad that I allowed myself to be like that and accept that and allow that to happen. All I'm going to say is I feel sorry for the next person who has to deal with lies, feeling like they're never going to be good enough, and has to deal with the constant insecurity and worries. I don't envy whoever you are. If you are this person and you do stumble across this clip, run away. If you get a bad feeling in your gut, run away. Always trust your gut. That's all I'm going to say. It's no disrespect, because at the end of the day, I've moved on, he's probably moved on, but I just wish people would stop bringing it up, because it's a time of my life I don't want to remember, and it's nothing I regret in a way, because without it I wouldn't be doing as much as I do now, but I regret allowing it to go on for so long. If you ever encounter this person or have anything to do with this person, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's changed, I don't know, but if you get a bad feeling in your gut, trust it and run away. If said person is watching this, like I said, no disrespect to you. You helped me out, I helped you out, this, that and the other, but you gotta stop treating girls like shit, bro. Oh, someone's made an assumption that I am anything for a laugh, which is true. Like, I am 22 years old, but I think I have the mental brain of a 12-year-old. I can't see myself growing up. I would say I've grown up a lot, and I am mature in my thought processes, but I just want to go and do cool stuff all the time. Like, I'm 22, and the thought of, you know, like settling down and buying a house and having a mortgage and having kids makes me feel ill. I can't do it. I just want to go out and see the world. I want to experience cool things. I know when I'm old, I won't be looking back at times that I played it safe. I want to be looking back at the times where I just went out and did cool shit. Like last weekend, just going and camping in the Lake District spontaneously. Like, that's a memory that I'll remember forever, because it was sick. And I love doing things like that. I don't want to be tied down by, you know, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, I just want to go out and have a laugh. Like, everything I do, I just want it to be funny. Some people are going to be like, that's damn immature. You're probably one of the people whose lifestyle I wouldn't want. So if you don't want my lifestyle, that's fine, because I probably wouldn't want yours. So do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing any harm. So yeah, you know, I'm here for a good time. I want to have fun times, not boring times. I had too many boring times. I played it safe way too many times a few years ago when, you know, I was like, oh, I've not got any money, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm just like, life's too short. It is way too short. You never know what's going to happen to you. You've got to live life while you've got it. And you've got to look back at the times that you made crazy decisions, not the time you made safe decisions. I think this video is long enough now. I think I've been rambling on for a long time. Hopefully it's been a nice, you know, it's been nice to just sit down, have a chat, answer some questions and some assumptions and things like that. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like, it's reminded me of back when I very first started the channel. Obviously I was so nervous for that video. It was literally one of the scariest things I've ever done, is sitting in the back of it and filming that video, like, and then posting it. And I can remember for ages I wanted to take the video down, I wanted to take everything down, I wanted to stop doing YouTube, this, that and the other. But I'm glad I didn't. No matter how many shitty comments that you get in the comment section and people telling you, oh, you should do this, that and the other, like, I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy this. Doing this has allowed me to do some amazing things that I never thought I would be able to do. So it's quite like nostalgic in a way. Like, I look back at me back in March filming that video, and then I look at me now and I just think I've grown quite a lot, and the things I've learned, the things I've done, I never thought I would do. So yeah, I'm pretty gassed. If you've listened to all of me rambling on, then thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If not, oh well, we move. Goodbye.